More! Lunch break!
Special guest today, we have Amanda.
I'm
Hey
special.
Amanda. You might recognize Amanda from a few shorts that we've done. The most recent one was Back to School versus Back to Work. I recently learned that you're actually not from California, which is cool because a lot of people we know, a lot of actors, they come to California to pursue acting.
Which is not why I came here, but yes.
Why did you come to California if it wasn't for acting? And from where?
Born and raised in St. Louis, moved to New York when I was 18 for college, and I lived there for 5 years. After I graduated, I worked full time there for a year. Around that time is when I was like, okay, I think I'm ready to now try LA because of the entertainment industry.
That's true. All four of us, we're all not from Los Angeles originally. We get a lot of questions about people wanting to move to LA, whether they're aspiring to be actors or find work in the entertainment industry. Maybe we can shed some light on what we thought coming in and what it actually feels like and what people could expect.
Like everyone kind of expects LA to be what they see in the movies, I feel like, you know? I think the only thing I expected from the movies was how green and clean it was going to be.
Instead of like brown.
And desolate, yeah. Yes. But when I finally started getting out of that general area, you know, you drive through places like Beverly Hills and Bel Air and you're like, oh, it is green and clean. It's just these specific areas of LA.
You realize how big it is first. LA County has multiple areas and communities that each have their own look. And I think what you're given on television and the movies is a very curated version of LA.
Yeah. I didn't expect how big it was going to be. So when people talk about LA, I don't know what part they're talking about, especially when I first moved here. I think I had a BlackBerry.
Nice.
When did that,
That's
like,
a type
whoever?
of phone. Guys. That's a type of phone. She didn't have just a
Not the fruit.
Everyone's like, oh, cool.
What is a BlackBerry?
They
Oh,
start
man.
Googling it.
But yeah, so I had a BlackBerry, which those weren't great for maps and things like that. So I moved out here and I literally would write down like line by line directions to where I was going, but like again, going pretty far.
Like, if you need to go from like one side of the town to the other side of town,
You kind of
that's
block.
that's a whole day.
Yeah, you
like,
block a whole day
endeavor.
or half a day.
Or you just don't go to the other side of town. So what about you, like Benson, Chris, like where are you guys from and thoughts?
So I'm from South Florida, a place called Fort Lauderdale, and then I went to school in Boston, and then I've been out here a few years. I mean, I've had family in LA, some relatives, so I've like gotten like sort of an understanding of LA. But then like when you start actually living out here, and you realize that LA is like a chocolate chip cookie, and that each neighborhood was like a chunk of chocolate chips,
What a sweet analogy.
and it's super flat.
The chocolate chips are very far apart.
Yeah.
You might get 3 for the cookie.
I am from San Diego, so I'm actually, I guess, from the closest neighboring city. Yeah, so like when I came to LA, it was nice because like I was still about 2.5 hours from home. If I need to go see my mom, I could just go drive home. But
San Diego is like a starter pack to LA.
yeah.
It's also nicer weather and
cleaner air.
And
Clean air.
cleaner, just cleaner in general.
Yeah, like that was one thing that I kind of forgot about when I came here. Like my asthma came back when I moved out here. It was bad.
Wait, me too.
Yeah.
It came back when I was running in LA. It was kind of funny. It wasn't funny, no.
It's not funny when you can't breathe.
No, it's not funny. So my story and Phil and Ted, we also moved from San Diego to LA. Originally I'm from the Bay Area, San Francisco, which is about 6 hours north of here. We went to school in San Diego, so it's kind of like Benson. Thoughts that I had though is like when I went to school in San Diego, we would take trips to LA to visit UCLA and friends. So it was always associated with fun. And then as we got closer to graduation, we were coming up here for some meetings and stuff. And then it was associated with kind of studios and that's where you have to be to do work. But my first thoughts were it's very brown and gray.
So far the consensus is that LA is brown.
It's more brown than you think. I'll say this. It's a desert with parking structures.
Not enough parking structure.
Not enough parking structures. But in between, you'll find these really nice pockets of neighborhoods and greenery and culture, a lot of culture. Maybe we can round this out by your favorite thing and least favorite thing about LA.
Roundabout.
The same thing.
So why don't you start us off, Benson?
Least favorite thing is probably the Mexican food.
He has good reason.
Oh, because you're from San Diego.
Because I'm from San Diego, I feel like I think San Diego has its own kind of style of Mexican food. I think the Mexican food in LA is more generic. I feel like you can kind of find anywhere else in
Which will still be better than a lot of the world.
Still better than
Yeah, better than like, you know, people in Canada, I guess. But like,
Dang,
Canadian Mexican
he's
is
coming
actually
after
pretty-
Canadians.
and then so my favorite part of LA is its proximity to San Diego.
Everything's San Diego.
Oh my god, that's
Everything's San Diego.
such a Benson answer.
But maybe it's you guys. Maybe you guys are my favorite part of LA.
You should have saved. You should have wrapped that.
I should have went last.
That was good. That was good.
My con would be pollution. I love driving with my windows down, and I'll see cars and like the putter of black smoke that comes out. I'm just like, oh, gotta roll up my windows because I don't want to breathe this in. Although
It's
I probably
actually-
am because it's going.
The
through
worst
my
stuff is
car.
probably the stuff you don't see.
But
You just have to wear like a mask with the windows down.
Like in China.
Yeah, we're gonna get there with the masks.
I think pro would be the weather,
Oh.
which lets me drive all the time with my windows down.
I thought you were gonna say me. But...
I mean, that's kind of a given since
Okay.
Taylor's not here.
Ooh.
Joke's on you.
But yeah, and then also the food. I know we only asked for one, but really the food is pretty awesome out here. So,
I wish LA was more green. I'm from the San Francisco Bay Area, and there's a lot of lush scenery.
which is ironic because it's built on a dump.
Which one?
Isn't San Francisco like an?
Excuse?
Built on a
You?
what?
What?
Wait, no, isn't that? Wait,
There's-
where did I learn this?
You mean like there's a part of San Francisco Bay Area called Foster City, which is built on landfill.
Hey, wait, don't get me wrong. I love the Bay Area.
I wish it was more lush here. That's the negative. The positive is the people in LA, at least my circle, are all such creative and driven people. I can just go to a friend and talk about an idea that I want to make, or I want to be like, hey, what are you working on? And they'll tell me this amazing project that they're doing.
It's a city that draws a specific type of people.
And it's just ironic that with so much drive in the city, there's also so much traffic, which is a metaphor in itself.
And there's mental traffic too.
Yeah.
I actually really like that you said people though, because one of the biggest stereotypes of LA that I've heard ever since I moved here is LA's so fake. That's not completely true because there are clearly really great people in this city.
I think the fakeness is just an interpretation. People are trying to be or working to be something that they're not quite yet. And some people show it in a way that comes off as too much. That fake is actually just a way of saying there's people that want to be a lot of things.
Yeah.
All right, Chris.
My main con is the fact that, I can't just like go out of my place and then start walking around and explore.
I'll walk with you. I'll explore with you, Chris.
Because I like to take photographs, and this is kind of like,
Me too.
okay, I'll go with Wes. But yeah, I wish cause in bigger cities where things are more, I guess, concentrated, you just take public transit.
You don't want to take the public transit here.
You take public transit here, you get stuck.
They're
with
working on
regular
it.
transit.
Elon Musk is bringing in the Hyperloop. I'm very excited for that.
But that's from city to city, not like within the city.
I like saying the word Elon Musk, and I also like the person Elon Musk.
Sounds like a fragrance.
Very musky.
Very much.
Elon Musk, you should make a fragrance.
They call it
They call it the fragrance of
Anyways.
success.
the fragrance of success.
Yeah.
That's good.
And then I guess for the pro, I would say it's definitely the fact that there are so many neighborhoods, great people there, great food.
A lot of variety here.
Yeah.
A
It
lot
all
of
comes
variety.
back to the people.
One more thing that you just remind me of in speaking of walking, one of the things I miss a lot about St. Louis is I used to walk around barefoot everywhere.
Oh
Like-
yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah, can't do that here. But I miss that because I hate wearing shoes. I really do. And if you do walk around barefoot, you're probably gonna walk in dog bleep.
No, it's gonna be human.
Maybe.
I've had that.
GLA, yeah.
What?
What?
Did you really step in a human poop?
At least it was your own, right?
What?
Hopefully you guys enjoyed our little discussion of Los Angeles, why we love being here, why sometimes it's a little frustrating. Thanks Amanda for joining us and sharing your insight.
I thank you for my lunch date.
Appreciation accepted.
So make sure to follow Amanda on all her socials. Links below.
And we got a lot of new merch that came out on wongfustore.com. Be sure to subscribe to More Wong Fu. Lunch breaks every Thursday. See you next time.
Bye.